Welcome to Amherst, Massachusetts, and McGirt Alumni Stadium, home to the Minutemen of UMass, just a stone's throw away from where the heart of the American Revolution was fought, and we are anxious to see a fight on the gridiron in this one. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see, the Judicials taking on a team from the MAC, the UMass Minutemen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So UMass offense will have the first possession of the game. The give on the inside. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole and getting positive yards.
They're setting up the screen. Turns it on at midfield. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. The offense changing the play. Back to pass, it's Hairston. Going for it all. He caught it. Touchdown, Minutemen. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Judicials offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Looking for space, it's O'Neal. And this home team defense is not rolling out the welcome mat for the visitors. They start their night stuffing the run.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Goes to the option. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Pressure coming. Down he goes, and that is the last thing this offense needs right now. The Judicials will punt it away on fourth down. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The UMass offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. from the gun. The give, looking for room. Past the sticks, and he may get more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Back to pass, it's Hairston. Got the back over the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Wants to go up top. Snagged out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. This UMass offense is moving quickly down the field. The option look. He'll toss it. There he goes. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the 1st down on the play. UMass just kept it on the ground to move the sticks, and they might rely on that offensive line again. On the option.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their 1st game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. 1st snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the option. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Judicials will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to throw, it's Hairston. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, quarterback's lucky on that play because when you miss slant throws behind, if the defense is in zone coverage, there might be a defender standing right there willing to take that ball and return it for a touchdown.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
4th down. He'll try to toss it. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the big tackle.
Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hats getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort making multiple guys miss, but still, it's a negative play.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter. The Judicials will try to pin them back with the punt. That's the end of the quarter, and it's UMass holding the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the 1st quarter as we take a look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. And the Judicials line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He shanked it. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. The UMass offense returns to the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Might be changing the route. Looking for a man. It's Hairston. He's going for the big play. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Looks as if he has enough to move the chains. It'll be a 1st down, UMass.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole. Pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that 1st down. Nice job.
And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. UMass getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. On target to the left. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a 1st down in the red zone at the 11. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Safe completion on the screen. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback making adjustments. It's complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. To the air, it's Hairston. Fires into the end zone. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on first down. And the quarterback pulled up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They've got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
The Judicials send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the...
And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, UMass!
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Gets the back moving. Handoff to the fullback. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that, but if this offense wants a chance to win, they've got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Pulls it in, it's Harding. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. It's first down from the 37-yard line. Dropping back, it's Hairston. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29. UMass comes to the line facing 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to adjust the pattern. From the red zone, looking for a man. Fires to the wideout. Got it! Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
First downs is that alone, just on this drive. The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out, continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more. Touchdown, Minutemen! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. We got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
And the Judicials racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's O'Neal. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down?
1st down for the offense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. He's down at the 25-yard line. Waning moments of the first half. It is a 1st down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if they...
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And he's going to reach for a long one and have to guide it in from the left side. 51 yards out. He got it. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. One more snap coming before halftime. The give to the back. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Amherst. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's head back to our team inside Alumni Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Second half just about to get started, and UMass will kick it off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
The snap sets up the throw. Gets it out quickly. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Second down coming up. They'll go to the ground. Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out to the 25.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Judicials will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch near the 50. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The UMass offense returns to the field. Dropping back, it's Hairston. Makes the catch, it's Gibson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Minutemen can explore that playbook on second and short. Back to pass. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
UMass lines up with a first and goal. Quarterback making checks. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open.
Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Minute. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
After that amazing performance in week 1, this offense wasn't content. They felt like they left some plays out on the field, even though they were able to get that win. I feel like they've taken another step. They've raised their intensity level. They've raised their execution. This team is going to be a contender this year. You can just feel it.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
Great job by the defense that time, blowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they forced that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball.
It's a seam wide open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Just a short pass to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Using his legs, it's O'Neal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Judicials look to keep this drive humming. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch, and most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
On the option. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays too.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. I mean, they're about to run out of plays. 12th play of the drive coming up. Off play action. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. And he's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. Right down the boulevard, it's good.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. On the move. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. He wants to change this route. Floating away. Unloads to the right. He's got an open man. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. That's the end of the period, and it's UMass out front. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They go to the I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Price. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. UMass just trying to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Oh, he wants it all. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. They'll run the screen. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down. 1 for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Give to the big fullback. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Sends it back in motion. He'll ride his man on the option. Runs through a tackle.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Under fire. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Offense in a bunch formation. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Looking downfield, it's Hairston. That's caught. It's Harding. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. UMass comes to the line, facing 2nd and short. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, UMass! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. Quick work on that scoring drive just for... Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here comes the option. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
The Judicials will call on their punt team.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. But we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He leaves it with his back. Quick spin on the run. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They'll try to get it in with the run. And a short run there, and that'll end it. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. Continue, and then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
Thanks so much for